Right now, somewhere in a parking lot, a car with 200,000 miles on it is quietly making its owner rich. No lottery ticket, no stock tip, just the same dented door for 2 decades. It sounds boring. It sounds almost pathetic. But the real answer is far stranger than boring. Your brain was not built for money, it was built for survival. And the habits that made your ancestors survive are the exact same habits that make some people wealthy today, while everyone else drains their savings on things that vanish the moment they're bought. Think about the last time you saw a brand new car. Shiny, fast, expensive. Something in your chest wanted it. That feeling is old. Older than currency. Older than roads. It comes from a part of your brain that once decided who got to eat first and who got to mate. Status wasn't a luxury back then, it was survival currency. The anthropologist Amatz Zahavi studied the signal deep in the animal kingdom. He called it the handicap principle. A peacock's tail is heavy, it's expensive, it should make the bird easier to catch. But that's exactly the point. Only a strong, healthy peacock could afford to carry something so wasteful and still survive. The tail wasn't despite the cost, it was proof of the cost. Humans do the same thing. A new car, a bigger house, a flashier watch. These are modern tail feathers. Expensive, impractical, and exactly for that reason, impressive. Your brain reads the price tag as a signal of strength. But here's the twist nobody tells you. The signal is a lie now. For most of human history, wasting resources on display actually proved you had resources to spare. Today, that same display can be financed. Bought on credit, paid for with debt you'll carry for years. The peacock's tail used to mean something real. Now it can be rented on a 5-year loan. So why does the old car win? Because somewhere, quietly, a small number of people never fell for the signal. The financial researchers Thomas Stanley and William Danko spent years studying American millionaires directly, not by asking who looked rich, but by looking at who actually held the wealth. What they found broke almost every assumption people had. Most millionaires didn't drive luxury cars. Many drove used vehicles, years old, paid off completely. They weren't hiding poverty behind a modest car. They were hiding wealth behind it. The people who looked rich were often deep in debt trying to maintain the appearance. The people who looked ordinary were often the ones who actually had money sitting quietly in the bank. This is where evolution and economics start to collide. There's a concept in psychology called hedonic adaptation. The researcher Philip Brickman studied lottery winners in the 1970s and found something almost cruel. People who won huge sums of money were, within about a year, no happier than people who hadn't won anything at all. The thrill faded, the brain recalibrated, what once felt like luxury became the new normal. And the search for the next thrill began again. That new car feels incredible for exactly one thing. About 6 weeks, then the new car smell fades, then it's just a car again. Your brain has already reset its baseline and started scanning for the next upgrade. This is not a character flaw, it's a survival mechanism. Ancient humans who stayed forever satisfied with what they had would have stopped searching for better shelter, better tools, better mates. Dissatisfaction kept the species moving forward. But in a world of infinite consumer choices, that same drive becomes a leak. A slow, invisible leak in your finances that never triggers an alarm. Consider the math for a moment. A new car loses a huge portion of its value in the first year alone, sometimes close to 20%. That's not a purchase. That's a controlled demolition of your money, and you're the one lighting the fuse. Do it every few years, trading in for the next new model, and you are essentially setting fire to tens of thousands of dollars over a lifetime, just to keep signaling strength to people who barely notice. Meanwhile, the same car, driven for 20 years, has already taken its biggest hit in value long ago. What's left is just transportation, just a tool. And the money that would have gone toward loan payments and depreciation instead sits somewhere else, growing. This is where the anthropologist Marshall Solins offers a strange kind of mirror. Solins studied hunter-gatherer societies and coined a phrase that stunned Western economists: the original affluent society. He argued that groups like the Zhou/Huanxi of the Kalahari worked only a few hours a day to meet their needs, and considered themselves wealthy, not because they had more, but because they wanted less. Their economy wasn't built on accumulation. It was built on sufficiency. Enough food, enough shelter, enough tools. Anything beyond that had no real value because there was nowhere permanent to store it and no status gyao.